Yo ho ho, Don Mafia. Welcome to yet another edition of the Don Mafia Report, and a very special edition nonetheless. The Buffalo Bills are 5-2 on top of the division with a 2-game lead to our nearest competitor, as in the Miami Dolphins. And it feels damn good, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to lie to you. Now, several times, especially from Miami Dolphins fans or pessimistic Bills fans who need a huge prescription to Procedra, they've been telling me, oh, Dad, you barely beat the Jets, bro. There's something to be concerned about. Well, here, let me pull something up. Can one of you point out to me where the column is for barely winning games or barely beating a team? Where's that column, baby? Where is it? Exactly. You have no idea. The Buffalo Bills are 5-2, and that is all that matters. Now, don't get me wrong. We have a challenge moving forward. Obviously, we are going to be facing the New England Patriots, the Seattle Seahawks, and the Arizona Cardinals in that order throughout the past 3 weeks. And it is going to be a challenge. But ladies and gentlemen, we're 5-2. And this is something that Bills fans should be exceptionally excited about. And so per usual, Del Mafia, we are going to be going through our weekly report card. I am going to be grading not only our offense, our defense, and our special teams as well, so we can get an idea of exactly how our team performed and how we can improve going forward. Before I dive into it, I need to give a couple of announcements. Number one, giant shout out to Ryan Teal, my most recent Patreon contributor. Y'all know the best way to support this channel is simply by smashing the fuck out of that like button. But say you ever want to go the extra mile, Patreon is how you do it, and you can find that link in my description. Second announcement, super important. I am conducting a giveaway. The second that I hit 10,000 subscribers, I am going to be giving away either a PS5 or an Xbox One X. Whatever the winner decides, they are going to be getting that mailed to them directly from me. How you enter this giveaway is super simple. You need to be a subscriber to this channel. You need to like this video, and you need to comment your favorite Buffalo Bills player of all time, and you need to send a screenshot to me, right to my Instagram, of you being subscribed to this channel, and that is how you enter. The winner will be announced the second that I surpass 10,000 subscribers, so make sure you subscribe, like this video, make a comment, follow me on Instagram, send me a screenshot, blah, 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 and you could be the new proud owner of a PS5 or an Xbox One X, brought to you by Jaboy. This game was definitely interesting, right? Because when you look at the stat sheet, the Buffalo Bills had a hell of a game. The only problem was that we didn't reach the end zone, and I feel like that's a tremendous segue into my grade for the Buffalo Bills offense, right? When it comes down to our offense, we need to look at the ringleader, the captain, and that just so happens to be Josh Allen. You look at the statistics that he ended up putting up, right? He threw for over 300 yards. He nearly had a 70% completion rate, and he legitimately led the Bills down the field consistently for amazing drives. The only issue was that the end zone was essentially lava. We just could not reach the end zone to save our lives, and we had to put the entire game onto Tyler Bass's shoulders. But when you look at the performance that Josh Allen ended up putting out, legitimately making long drives, starting the game off with a pass-heavy attack, then Brian Dable finally ended up sort of incorporating the run game when that was most necessary. Zach Moss absolutely showed out. Devin Singletary is still struggling, but we saw some reminiscence of a run game that we saw back in 2019. The Buffalo Bills had no issue driving down the field. It just so happened to be that we struggled once we ended up getting to the red zone. There was a beautiful pass to Gabe Davis that ended up getting called back because of an illegal formation. And I loved what I saw from my offense, not considering the fact that we didn't reach the end zone once, and we had to rely on Tyler Bass to win us this game. I ended up getting in a conversation with a couple of people on Twitter where they were upset that we didn't end up scoring, mad touchdowns, blowing out the Jets, completely embarrassing them on national television. And my response was this, and this alone. The Buffalo Bills didn't need to. The New York Jets are such an inferior team that I have a feeling that the coaching staff knew that going in, and they didn't want to play as aggressive as if we were playing a team that was actually a contender, a team that we needed to play 110%. The few things that were top of mind for the Buffalo Bills coaching staff was, number one, staying healthy, especially with that MetLife turf. I mean, honestly, last week, look at the Daniel Jones absolute trip up from when he was about to run into the end zone. And then, of course, look at how Tyler Kroft ended up stumbling over himself on that turf. If the Buffalo Bills wanted to play aggressive, they didn't need to play aggressive against the New York Jets. And I have a feeling that this type of conservative play calling was for a reason, hence why I am not upset. I love the performance from Josh Allen. Cole Beasley absolutely balled out. I feel like we did what we needed to do to take the W when we ended up going to New Jersey. And if I had to give it a grade for the offense, I'm going to have to give the offense a B+. And the only reason it's not an A is because we didn't end up going into the end zone at least once. And so now it comes down to our defense. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not going to lie to you. I was exceptionally impressed with the Buffalo Bills defense. Now, granted, we did end up playing the New Jersey Jets, and this is probably not the best sample to take to sort of say that the Buffalo Bills defense of 2019 is back, but I loved what we were able to do. Now, don't get me wrong. And so we still ended up struggling against the run. I mean, Frank Gore ended up looking like a damn Pro Bowler, especially during the first half. But what really impressed me was when the Buffalo Bills came back during the second half, they finally made some type of adjustment and were able to dominate the New York Jets for the rest of the game. Ladies and gentlemen, Sam Darnold threw for 4 yards the entire second half. Sean McDermott ended up going out there, pulling out his dick, and really going on ahead and showing the world Buffalo Bills defense is not as far away as some might say. Our secondary was absolutely incredible, and we were playing a bunch of man-to-man coverage, especially since our athletes were significantly more talented than the receivers and the playmakers on the Jets were. The Buffalo Bills pass defense was absolutely lights out that second half, and it almost gave me a reminiscence of what they were in 2019. Now, we still are having issues with stopping the run. We definitely understand that, but for the most part, we ended up making plays when we absolutely needed to, making critical stops, and that's exactly what the Buffalo Bills did. And what makes it even more beautiful is just the fact that we finally ended up pressuring the quarterback. What was it, 5 and 6 sacks? We got to Darnold, and our defensive line finally woke the fuck up. I'm not saying that our defense is back, but the step forward that we ended up taking was paramount. I was very impressed with our defense, especially during the second half, and I'm hoping that this game was enough to just instill confidence in our boys to move forward. As far as a defensive grade, I'm going to have to give the defense a B-, and the only thing bringing them down was the fact that we're still struggling yet again to stopping the run. Last but not least is special teams. I mean, I was very impressed with special teams today. Very few mistakes. We had an Andre Roberts 52-yard return, best return of the entire year. Absolutely love that. And then Tyler Bass. Now, granted, he did miss a couple of field goals that absolutely pissed me off. I wanted to rip my hair out at some point, but he did go 6 for 8, and Tyler Bass ended up accounting for basically all of the points that we put on the board. In fact, not even basically, 110%. He put up all the points that the Buffalo Bills put on the board today, thanks to Tyler Bass. I was very impressed with special teams, and for those of you who think that kickers don't develop, they 110% do. I feel bad for people that are like, oh, dude, he's a bust. Listen, all the great kickers had a somewhat average or decent rookie year. It's going to happen. Tyler Bass, he won us this game, and I'm hoping that this game gives him enough confidence moving forward, because when we need him, once we end up playing some more credible competition, we're going to need that type of consistency. So, Bass, and so we appreciate you for handing the Buffalo Bills their 5th win of the year. And here we are. Special teams, I'm going to have to give special teams a B+. So yeah, Don Mafia. So really at the end of the day, that is going to have to do it. The Buffalo Bills are 5-2. They really are, and it's time to get excited. We have the New England Patriots next week, and we don't know how this game is going to turn out. I understand the Patriots' record, but they're still the New England Patriots. They're coming off of 2 losses in a row. They're pissed off, and Bill Belichick is going to be desperate to win this game. I'm excited to see what type of tricks he's going to pull out of his sleeve. I'm just hoping that Sean McDermott is a couple of steps ahead of him, and the Buffalo Bills can go 6-2. Do me a favor, leave a comment. What were your grades for the Buffalo Bills performance this past Sunday? I'm really interested to see what you believe that we need to improve on. Do your thing. Don't forget about my giveaway. I am giving away either a PS5 or an Xbox One X. As long as you're subscribed to this channel, like this video, leave a comment, and send me a screenshot on Instagram or Twitter. You will be entered, and the second I reach 10,000 subscribers, I will be announcing a winner. Don Mafia, thank you so much for tuning in, and above all else, let's go Buffalo.